Hi guys, welcome back to Ava's Room videos. Today we're doing a totally different video. Today I'm going to be doing a reading of Diary of the Wimpy Kid, the third wheel, as you can see. And I can't show you guys the tag on the front because that's from my school. That's my library book. And I don't know if you guys can tell, I have a loose tooth here. So it's going to be exciting. I'm probably going to be doing a video of pulling that out, maybe, I don't know, and like suggestions that I use. And I also have a guest here. I'm going to be reading with, who? You. What's your name? Laura. Laura, yeah. So I'm going to be reading with Laura. She's just going to be sitting down here on her mat that I have down here. I'm not going to show you guys because I have to read for my homework, and I thought to make it a little more fun for me to make a video. And yeah, so I'm going to set her here. You sit right there and listen to mommy, okay? Yeah. Alright, so we're going to get started with the book. And I actually have a water that I'm going to be using. Because I do tend to get thirsty when I'm reading. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with the video. So I'm gonna check the water first. Okay, so let's go ahead and get in with the video. I'm not going to be showing you guys the pictures, this is just going to be kind of hard. First page. Sunday. I wish I'd, and excuse me if I struggle a little bit. I wish I'd started keeping a journal a lot earlier on, because whoever ends up writing my biography is going to have a lot of questions about my life in the years leading up to middle school. Luckily, I remember just about everything that's happened to me since I was born. In fact, I can even remember stuff that happened to me before I was born. Back in those days, it was just me swimming around in the dark, doing backflips and taking naps whenever I wanted. So here's the first page. I'm just gonna show you the first few pages pictures. That's the first page. Comment down below, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you guys like Diary of the Wimpy Kid. I know I do. Might be doing more of these too, so if you guys really like them. Then one day I was in the middle of a really good nap. I got woken up by these strange noises coming from the outside. At the time, I didn't know what the heck I was hearing, but later on, I found out it was Mom pimping in music through these speakers she put on her belly. I guess Mom thought if she played classical music for me every day before I was born, it would turn me into some kind of genius. So here's this page, this pictures. So that's when he gets woken up, and then this is where she's playing the music. You could say the speakers. Okay. Maybe two more pages of pictures, and then that'll be it for the pictures. Those speakers came with a microphone, and when Mom wasn't playing music, she was telling me everything that was going on in her life. And then Mommy went to the store where she bought you an adorable blue hat with little ducklings on it. And when Dad came home from work, Mom would have him give me a blow-by-blow of his day. So then I told Bill I didn't sign the bottom of the 1044. And I flipped the paper over. So then I told Bill I did sign the bottom of the 1044. And I flipped the paper over so he could see for himself. Pictures. This one. So that's when she's like talking, and then this is the dad. So if you guys got confused how I was reading, this is like what the mom's saying, and this is like what the dad's saying. So here he is talking to the microphone, and then she's here. And I'm actually, okay. And I have to get up in a few minutes to get a charger. Actually, I think I might quickly do that. Sorry, guys. Just gonna quickly grab a charger so my camera doesn't go dead. So I have my charger in here, and I'm actually gonna flip the camera over. Well, no, it's okay like this. Okay. Actually, just kind of want to fix it a little bit. Okay. Sorry about this inconvenience. But that wasn't the end of it. Every night, Mom would read to me for half an hour before she went to bed. I guess I'll read like this. Before she went to bed. You know, it's kind of hard. Sorry. God, I'm such a horrible reader. Mr. Limbinks, I beg your pardon, sir. Oliver Twist has asked for more. The problem is my sleep schedule didn't line up with Mom's, so when she was sleeping, I'd be wide awake. Snore. Seriously. I actually wish I'd paid more attention when Mom was reading to me, though. So that's the picture where she's reading, and then when she's sleeping, then he's saying seriously. Last week in school, we had a pop quiz on a book, and I hadn't read it yet. I was pretty sure Mom read that one to me before I was born, but I couldn't remember any of the details. 42. Oh, gosh. What does Oliver Twist ask for that gets him in trouble? Think. I guess the week Mom was reading that book, I was busy doing something else. I wonder where this thing goes. Yank, yank. The crazy thing is, Mom didn't need to use the microphone for me to hear her. So that is when he's in like middle school already, but he's like thinking for the pop quiz. This is what he's doing, where he's like, I wonder where this goes. Yank, yank. It's the umbilical cord. I mean, I was inside of her, so I could hear every word she said, whether I wanted to or not. Whoa. I crave pickles, but I can't eat them because they make me gazy. Do I really need to be hearing this? I could also hear just about everything that was happening on the outside. So when Mom and Dad got all mushy, I had to listen to that too. Pucker smooch. Ack. There's where she's like talking about the pickles, and he's like, do I really need to hear this? And that's what they're doing. I never really felt comfortable when people are acting affectionate, I can't say it, around me, especially when it's my parents. I tried to get them to stop, but they never got the message. Cut it out, kick, kick. In fact, everything I tried just seemed to make things worse. Every time we kiss, I feel a little kick. Let's kiss again. So that's all the pictures for now. After a few months of living like this, I had to get out of there. And that's why I was born 3 weeks early. But after being hit by the cold air and the blinding lights of the delivery room, I wished I'd just stayed put. It's a boy! Put me back! By the time I came into the world, I was totally sleep-driven and in a really lousy mood. So if you ever see a picture of a newborn, you know why they always look ticked off. Introducing our little bundle of joy, grossly heftily, 5 pounds, 7 ounces. In fact, I still haven't caught up on the sleep I missed, and believe me, I've been trying. You're late for school, yank. Suck, suck. I'll show you guys why I said suck, suck. It's like because the dad is like this, and when he sleeps, that's what he does. When he's older. Ever since I was born, I tried to recreate the feeling I had way back when I was floating around in the dark. Happy as could be. Please in the bathtub now. Whew. But when you're living in a house with 4 other people, some fool is always gonna come along and ruin things for you. Do you people mind? I met my older brother, Roderick, a few days after I was born. Up to that point, I thought I was an only child. So I was pretty disappointed to find out I wasn't. My family was living in a really small apartment back then, and I had to share a room with Roderick. He got the crib. So far, the first few months of my life, I had to sleep in the top dresser drawer, which I'm pretty sure isn't even legal. Sleep tight. Eventually, Dad moved his work stuff out of the room he was using as an office. I made it into a nursery. I got Roderick's old crib, and he got a new bed. Almost everything I had back in those days was a hand-me-down from Roderick. If you guys don't know what hand-me-downs are, hand-me-downs are basically like, hold on. But, hand-me-downs are basically like, they're basically just like, things that have been handed down by like an older sibling or like, from a long time ago that has been passed down multiple times, and it's kind of like run down, you know, kind of like an old factory maybe, or like, kind of like it's just like basically like run down and old looking and not very nice, as maybe a baby should have, like maybe a new kind of crib. I don't know. Alright, back to reading. By the time something came to me, it was either worn out or covered in slobber. Even my pacifier was a hand-me-down from Roderick. I don't think he was ready to give it up, though, which might explain why he's never really liked me. You don't need this anymore, Roderick. Thump. Here you go. Flop. It was just the 4 of us for a long time. And then one day, Mom told me she was going to have another baby. I was glad she gave me the heads up so I could be ready. The upstairs bathroom is mine. When my little brother Manny came along, everybody thought he was so cute. But they don't tell you about babies Wait, what? But they don't tell you about babies is that after they're born, they have this black stub on their belly button where the umbilical cord was tied off. Eventually, the stub dries up and falls off, and the baby has a regular looking belly button. The thing is, nobody ever found Manny's stub, and to this day, I'm still paranoid it's gonna show up somewhere. Stop picking at your food! When I was a newborn, Mom put me in front of the TV for an hour a day to watch educational videos. Tinny genius. I don't know if those videos actually made me any smarter, but at least I was smart enough to figure out how to put on something I wanted to watch. Whoosh! Click, click. I also figured out how to remove the batteries from the remote so no one could turn I can't ever say that word out. I was actually reading this at school and I couldn't even say the word. Educational videos back on. It's like I could say it the first time, but never the second time. Anyway, the educational videos back on. Why isn't this thing working? But when you're a baby, you can't really get around a lot, so there was only one place I could hide the batteries. How did these get in here again? Shoot! But the other day, Mom read an article in the newspaper that said watching... Wait, what? Oh, no, sorry, guys. On the wrong page. Okay, where was I? Okay. The part of the issue is that Manny doesn't like to share his toys. So when kids come over... Hold on, somebody was right there. I was like, oh my God. Manny locks himself inside our old dog Sweetie's exercise pen and keeps his toys all to himself. And whenever Mom tries to get Manny to play with the other kids on his own, it backfires. Alright guys, so I'm going to stop there because this video is already kind of too long. There's a bunch of hair around me. Ew. But I promise I promise you guys that we will come back to this page on the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. Like I said in the beginning, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And if you guys really liked me reading the Diary of the Wimpy Kid, the third wheel, I might do this thing where we start a new book after we saw you know how we just started the Diary of the Wimpy Kid. If you guys really like me reading to you guys, for educational purposes. Educational purposes. Okay, educational purposes. Okay, for educational purposes, then, and also for fun purposes. And so then maybe I will do this thing where we start a book, and on each video since we started reading this one, if you guys really liked it, I will read I will read the rest of this chapter and maybe half of another chapter, and then I'll just keep going on. And then once we finish this book, if you guys really like this book, maybe I might do another book, and I might do a video where I write down suggestions at the end of a video of a morning routine or something and stuff like that. So also make sure to stay tuned because I am going to be doing my morning routine that I do on the weekends, because in the mornings for school I have to get up at like 7, and I normally really don't ever have time for to do videos in the mornings, so usually I don't really have time to, so that's also gonna have to kind of be an issue. So maybe I would do, I actually am going to be doing a morning routine on Saturday morning, and I'm going to be doing a night routine on Friday of my Friday night routine versus my Monday one. So they're both going to be separate videos. So the Friday one's going to be first, and then the Monday, like Sunday evening, and then maybe I'll do like a Monday versus Friday, and then like, yeah, you know. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye-bye.